Hey guys, how are you doing? Today, I wanted to do a quick review and give some advice for people that might be going on a Disney cruise soon. As you may or may not know, we recently just got back from our Disney cruise, which was amazing. I vlogged while we were there, so I'll put some links in the description to those videos if you'd like to check them out. They'll also be popping up above me as we go through this video. So feel free to check out my cruise videos and then come back to this one and go back and forth, whatever you want to do. But let's get into some advice first. So the tips that I have for you are based off of, little things that I picked up on my cruise. I know everybody's gonna have different opinions, and I know every cruise may be a little bit different, but this is just some advice from my cruise. So the first tip that I have for you is when you're completing your online check-in, make sure to check a port arrival time that is later in the day. I think we got to the port around 3, and it was great because there was no lines. We literally walked right up, checked in, walked right on the ship. Another thing that's good about that is once you get on the ship, the only thing that's really open is the buffet. So if you get onto the ship really early, a lot of the stuff's not open. We didn't know that the shops didn't open until like 5, 6 o'clock at night. So when we first got there, we just kind of roamed around the ship a little bit, and then we went back to our stateroom and waited for the safety drill thing. So if you want, check in later in the day. You'll skip a lot of the lines, you won't have to wait as long, and then when you're on the ship, you won't just be waiting around for something to happen because there's not a lot going on until after the safety drill. Okay, wanted to give a little bit of advice about the food next. The rotational dining, so every night you get to dine in a different dining room, which is really cool. Every one of the dining rooms is unique and themed differently, so if you want to check that out, go for it. But I do have to say, I like the buffet food better than the dining room food. When you're in the dining room, you only have, certain items on the menu to pick from, whereas the buffet, you can eat whatever you want. But, and I say but, we didn't know this. The buffet is only open until 8 o'clock. I didn't know that. We went to the buffet at like 8:15 trying to get some food, and it was all closed. There is another, it's like a little itty bitty restaurant, or not restaurant, but kind of like quick service food. There's another one of those open, but they only serve like chicken fingers and hamburgers. So just be aware, if you decide to skip your rotational dining, get to the buffet before 8 o'clock because otherwise you get hamburgers. But room service is like 24/7. So you can always order something off the room service menu. Some of the stuff on there is free, some is not. I ordered M&Ms and I thought my M&Ms were gonna be free, but they weren't. Not like that's a big deal or anything, but still, I didn't know. So just beware, not everything on the ship is free. Another little piece of advice I have for you while you're on the ship, if you are going to use an elevator, use an elevator at the front or the back of the ship, because the one in the middle always has a line of people waiting for it, and it takes forever. You'll be standing there for like 15-20 minutes just waiting for the elevator. So go to the front or the back of the ship, and it'll save you a lot of time, or just use the stairs like those athletic people do. I don't, but you can take stairs too. Next, I kind of want to move into the entertainment. We didn't really do any of the entertainment during the day because we did a shorter cruise, and every day we ported or docked somewhere and we did excursions. But the entertainment at night, they have live like theater production, Broadway style shows, and they are amazing. So good. Okay, the ones that we saw the Golden Mickeys, which were really good. We saw Villains Tonight, which was good, but it wasn't my favorite. And then we saw Disney's Believe. Believe is amazing. If by some chance you are going to miss one of the shows, do not miss Believe. Believe is amazing. I'm gonna say it again, it's amazing. It is so good. It kind of makes you cry a little bit, but it makes you laugh, and it's good music, and yeah, I just can't say enough good things about Disney Believe. Make sure you see it. Next on my agenda is the excursions. We booked ours really early because we didn't want anything to fill up and then miss out on it, so I recommend you do that too. As soon as your date comes where you can start booking your excursions, I would do it, because you can change them up until a certain amount of time before you cruise, but book your excursions right away that you want to do, if you want to do an excursion. You don't necessarily have to do a paid excursion, and you can still get off the ship. I would recommend at least getting off the ship because there's so much to see. We stopped at the Bahamas and Castaway Cay, and they both were amazing, and you do not want to miss out on seeing someplace that you've never been to before. So definitely book some excursions, or don't, but at least get off the ship and take a peek. As far as getting off the ship, you have to get off at Castaway Cay. It is so beautiful. Like, if you think of like a tropical TV show picturesque island, Castaway Cay is it. Especially Serenity Bay. It was beautiful. I mean, Matt and I both said if we could, we would just rent a hotel room and stay at Castaway Cay for a week. It's that beautiful. Another really fun thing that you shouldn't miss is Pirate Night. It is really fun. They do a little pirate show out on the main deck, and it is really cool. It's fun to see. The fireworks are also really cool. I mean, being out in the middle of the ocean and seeing fireworks being shot off the ship, it's amazing, and you have to go out for it. And then afterwards, they have a dance party, which is a lot of fun, even though my husband was a total bummer and didn't want to dance. So, boo to you. I'm just kidding, how bad are you? Anyway, yeah, so go to the fireworks and dance at the dance party. That's all the tips, advice type stuff that I can think of right now. Just go experience it, have fun. Your first time, you're always gonna think back and say to yourself, I should have done this, I should have done that, but it's all about the experience, and you're gonna have a great, ooh, I almost dropped my phone. You're gonna have a great time no matter what. So just go have fun, experience it, see stuff, make memories, all that good stuff. So let's get into my review of my cruise. So if you didn't know, I went on the Disney Dream, and we went on the 4-day, 3-night Bahama cruise. So we stopped at the Bahamas, Nassau in the Bahamas, and we stopped at Castaway Cay. The cruise was amazing. If you're going on the Disney Dream and you're going to the Bahamas, you're going to have an awesome time. Every single night we had a different live show to go to. During the day we got to go off on our excursions, which were awesome, and there's like nothing bad that I can find about it. The only thing that I would have changed, I would have made it longer. You're on a 4-day cruise. 1 day is taken for getting on the ship, 1 day is at Nassau, 1 day is at Castaway Cay, and then you're getting off the ship. So I wish we had a full day at sea so that we could have taken advantage of some of the onboard activities and, you know, done some more of the stuff around the ship. But we didn't want to do a long cruise as our first one because I'd never been on a cruise before. I didn't know if I was gonna like it. I didn't know if I was gonna get seasick. So we picked a short one first just to test it out and see if we both liked it. And now we definitely will go back for another one. But like I said, it'll be a longer one. I think the 7-day cruise would be a perfect amount of time. As I told you guys, the theming in the dining rooms is awesome. I didn't really care for the food all that much, but the theming is awesome. It's really cool to experience, but I like the buffet food a lot better because I'm kind of picky and I just want to eat what I want to eat. Plus, I don't like socializing with strangers that much, you know? Like, we were really lucky. The people that we got sat next to were awesome. There was 2 girls that they're actually from California. They were awesome. It was great sitting next to them, but I get nervous, I get anxious about that kind of stuff. So I would rather just sit with my husband, you know, but whatever, just keep that in mind. But if you're with a bigger group and you're a family, then odds are you're gonna get a table to yourself anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, the food was okay, but everything else was spectacular. I can't say anything bad about the excursions because they were a lot of fun. We did the Segway tour in Nassau. Again, the link to that video will be in the description if you want to check it out. And then at Castaway Cay, we rented wave runners. Again, that'll be in the description. Check it out. And then we went to Serenity Bay, which is amazing. It's so beautiful. So the overall review for our cruise is that it's amazing. I definitely would recommend a 4-day cruise for somebody that's just getting into cruises. It's your first cruise, you're not sure if you're gonna like it. Definitely do the 4-day one because it's not very expensive. And then you get to see if you like it or not. And it's a lot of fun and you should do it because it's Disney and who doesn't like Disney, all right? Hey guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe because we do a lot of Disney stuff because we live close to it, so we go all the time. So I take you with and we can all be Disney friends, okay? Anyway, if you haven't seen my other Disney cruise videos, check them out. If you have any other questions about your upcoming cruise or have questions while you're booking it, anything like that, feel free to contact me. Leave me a comment below. I check my social media very often, so I try to get back to you as soon as I can, and I'm more than happy to help you. So if you have any further questions, just leave me a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. See you guys later. Subscribe. Bye-bye. When they looked, they saw Madame Lalaurie chasing a little servant girl through the house, chasing her with a whip. The little girl was so afraid of being whipped, she ran up the stairs, onto the roof, and jumped to her own death.